You want to run predictions for this map?
We've got T1.
Alright, run it. Let's go. Watch this.
Against FaZe on their map selection.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for the subs.
We'll actually take some shot from the sheriffs of FaZe. That was actually specifically Bay, who was sending shots in that direction.
Okay, dude. Build 1.0. Thanks for the 10 gifted.
It's down to Dawn and Dawn alone, and that is a great pistol round win.
What the hell, yo? Chill. Alright, we focus on the game.
You need to put a flash, or should I say a nebula, towards the back of Pizza for this FaZe mid to be split.
Yeah, exactly why I don't want to copyright check it. So I'm just gonna ask him not to.
Wanted to peek out, such as Skadoodle, then it was gonna be three
Infamous. Let's go.
And a sheriff and a classic going up against you. Very difficult to hold. So I do like the fact that Skadoodle.
Air vacuum. Thanks for the 5 gifted. What the fuck, dude?
BB was already inside the B side.
Esports Award 2019 VOD. I was on the stream. I attended it actually. Yeah.
I think that was from Baby.
What the heck? I didn't know that.
The site too. They just got they fumbled that pistol for T1. You wanted to play reactionary didn't work.
Predictions are up.
Now into this round, you're forced into an eco. You did try to get a bit of map control at the beginning with this turret to see if Baby Bay was going to push aggressively towards that area, but it's just going to stay a stalemate for now. Dawn recalls his turret, so he can use it later on a retake play if needed be, or even reposition a turret into the A site. Meanwhile,
a little behind.
Explode into this B
site
potentially. Oh no, they're actually farming the orb instead.
Baby Bay spots the turret over on the A site. Corey's going to be moving up from catwalk, though. Looks like the A pinch is coming through. There's the smoke coming down. Nice flash going out. Baby Bay just spraying at the wall, hoping for the best, as the flash, actually more intended for short, ends up hitting him right in the pupils. Still, though, Baby Bay is the only casualty. That's to be expected, given that.
Wait, what happened? I was looking at my phone, dude.
Pistols. Curry, automatic, and Brax.
What he did this time.
As T1 wants to do a little bit more, spill a bit more blood. That's going to make things more difficult, though. Nanoswarm comes out. Or actually, I think it got killed before it could get popped. It looked like he popped it, but it didn't actually happen. There's the swing from Corey, and the round win for FaZe.
Yeah, and even if you're not able to get a spray kill from Baby Bay, at least you have players right behind. I think it was Raucus that was right behind him to get for the trade immediately towards the A site. So you really utilizing the spacing effectively for FaZe to take control of the A site in the plant. Nothing really that T1 could do. It was low utility, low buy, making sure that you have enough here.
Honestly, opinion on Breeze.
And with that, though, because of these,
I'm still learning to like it. I don't know. Some of the angles are so awkward.
T1, Automatic's gonna have to wait a little bit longer to be able to get the operator in his hands. And they're gonna try to rifle out very fast. Dash already into wine from Baby Bay, so the A site already has to be surrendered, and already a lot of utility dispense from the Astra Stars into A main. You'll take that trade for utility.
Automatic will be the first one to spot them, but somehow, despite that, it works out quite nicely. Curry on just.
Oh, it's crazy, man. Team Major Winners Season 4 Overwatch players. I love it.
Kills, which is impressive to see.
It's a different game. People underestimated the Overwatch players coming in, huh?
3 seconds left. They're taking their time, but what they don't realize is that Brax has already made it all the way around. Placement of the spike will be a deciding factor here. If they drop it on the other side, that is going to be difficult, and the drone just gave away the position.
Boyle, thanks for 2 months.
Blown up. There's the dart coming out. The swing from Brax, though, in the one-on-one, and the jump peaks coming through as well. There's the recon dart to give away the position. The dart's been destroyed, and now Brax knows where this last player is located. It's all going to come down to this 1v1. It's SMG versus rifle at distance as well, but Raucus is sitting on a full boat. It's going to come down to whether or not Brax can connect on a headshot first and send that crosshair flying with the dink. But Raucus is playing this so perfectly, so patiently. Head checking over the box is Brax, making sure he keeps an eye on which way he's moving. 55 HP, but Brax somehow able to make it happen. 55 HP, and he'll have enough time for the defuse as well. T1 just barely gets on the board. with 0.4 seconds left.
That was so close, and you mentioned it here, Baka. 1 versus 1, Spectre versus Phantom. Raucus played that perfectly. The amount of jiggle peaks that he had baiting out the shots, and not only by baiting out the shots, he knows where at the same time Brax is slowly lurking up towards you. So for him to drive by and hold on the other side of the corner and try to play the clock in his favor, it was a very nice attempt. I would have liked while he was running across because, you know, from the point of view of Brax, you saw the little head of Raucus running across from one corner of hell to the other. I would like to see Raucus just spray with the Spectre and just prove to us that a running and gunning with the Spectre still works. Nonetheless, though, pretty good bonus round for FaZe Clan. They're going in with Phantoms, Vandals against full Spectres, with the exception of Brax here.
No charges left.
One of the things that's a little bit disappointing.
Great watch party. Sorry, I was actually reading the comments to this.
Talk about it in just a second.
Well, I was DMing this guy.
3-on-3. So, quick is the name of the game. We're down at a minute 10. We've already gotten to this point. Skadoodle trying to play this angle. That shock dart was right on the money, even if the rifle wasn't. Things looking good here. As they've gained access again to the A site, Corey gets vertical, goes up on top of the generator. And that's a massive advantage early, and there's the rocket going out around the corner. Corey, I didn't think that it actually was going to connect. It looked like it actually landed on the closer side of the wall, but Corey just feeling it, finding a 4K on the round. And that's a big way for FaZe to respond after losing the round prior.
The very fast movements around the map there from FaZe Clan. They were going towards that B main, getting a couple of kills, rotate back towards mid. I mean, they have full control for T1.
T1 max out in PV.
Again, playing more reactionary, which is sometimes what you see from a lot of these Astra lineups right now, Astra agent compositions, where you just kind of have.
Dude, this is crazy.
Down towards the side as an Astra, play the other into the opposite site. But let's check that out. FaZe, they're just not done. The Shmiki continues. They're going back to 180 onto Curry, and the door is going to close. And they're slowly opening up this site. Look at that. He's out of
the Goomba style that I talked about. Only Baby Bay.
Baby Bay is just having so much fun.
Dude, I'm reading these comments in the YouTube video, man. I personally hate SHAZAM. Is this just how it is? How can someone just personally hate me when they don't even know me?
FaZe has decided, though, that side of the map just ain't happening. And Corey could have a field day with these low HP players coming through from spawn, but actually decides to play it safe. You can't blame him. Brax on 1 HP, Skadoodle on 24. Now, Skadoodle does have the heal, could bring Brax back up, but opting to save it for now.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, but it is a lower buy that you have here for the.
I read that shit. People are just scum.
Dawn potentially.
Yeah, I should stop reading this, dude.
Phantom, while the other ones will do some econ damage. But it's definitely looking to be FaZe's round secured, technically right now.
Finally, the finishing
whole thing is literally just roasting me. What the fuck, dude?
They're gonna try to.
It's like people are like not even like saying real things that happen.
Next round, it should be. Oh, never mind. Corey, I thought Corey had that one sealed in, but maybe not.
That's fine. There's no way point at wasting energy.
For FaZe as T1 suffer yet another unfortunate loss. The round they won too in that 1v2. I would have loved to see Baby Bay not peek.
That's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Baby Bay gets the plant behind those boxes, and he's got a player hell. If they just played that one a little bit slower.
What video are you referring to?
It's one of those YouTube clip channels.
Regardless.
Mr. Vio, thanks for 2 months. I don't feel like spreading it.
Round coming in now with Blade Storm popping off right away. Should be for Baby Bay right now, and he's just looking to plow it towards mid. Let's keep an eye on him. He's going to go head-to-head against Curry, while the rest are still holding towards his B main side. Really, FaZe continuing to just activate around Baby Bay. Look at that. Forcing back the defense into B. That allows him to just parkour his way into the A site from tree. Guided Light's going to give a bit of information, but they don't know that it's Baby Bay that got flashed there.
If it's not Baby Bay, it's Corey doing the same thing. Like Corey did it a few rounds ago, flying into the A site.
It's a real stars. Thank you for the prime.
Kind of what we expected to see. It's what we talked about coming into the series. Now, Baby Bay's knives aren't as accurate as they need to be. Skadoodle survives with just 25 HP as he can't quite hit the headshot to get the refresh on those knives and find the opening kill they needed to get into the site. So instead, it's an advantage in the other direction.
Yeah.
But I like the way that Zachary's playing this right on the edge of the smoke. Has to be careful as there is Brax around the corner, and now the Seeker's coming through.
Okay,
that is making so much harder as Zachary goes to escape. 7 HP for Zachary.
Carlitos, thank you for the prime.
Has not really gained much.
Carlitos, thank you for the prime. I mean,
and now they have to contest with one in mid.
it's whatever. I guess it's not worth wasting my energy on.
Set up from automatic.
But
This is looking like a promising round for T1.
And you understand for FaZe why they wanted to fight towards that garden so much, because you did have an ult available for Dawn. So it was going to be a plant on the A side, a retake, and a bunch of ults actually available for T1 that you actually do want to push towards this garden side for FaZe to hopefully win that fight. But I like that the Seekers came out from Skadoodle, the recon dart to push and suppress back and regain map control towards garden. And that actually flushed FaZe into a nice crossfire setup by T1. So nice little hold in the end from the defender side. And we couldn't get any openers from Baby activate him there, but when you see that Baby Base doesn't have a chance to get those close range battles with the blades,
Ozom secure a good deal. Hopefully.
Trying to regain a little bit of map control for T1.
I want to see a third map, but I also want to play ranked.
A lot of ults available into this round for T1.
Yeah.
Having only to use Seekers on that previous one is actually quite huge, and they could still continue to play these type of retake plays for the defender side.
And Zachary does have Cosmic Divide. Curry has it on the other side. But it looks like they're just going to start things off with a good old-fashioned aggressive play from automatic. Take control of Wine Cellar, kill the door, eliminate the possibility of any real threat from FaZe. This round is looking all T1. Baby Bay went into B main to go for an orb control.
Zoms is my neighbor.
Cat has the backside of that play blown up. Might see a kill here from Catwalk with Zachary. Yep, there's 1 and 2. That's actually big. Some punishing damage being dealt. Oh no. Might be able to catch another Baby J, couldn't get
no. Okay, man, you look kind of tense right now. Try to ignore the haters.
That could have brought things down to a 2-on-2.
The only thing is, it's so incredible the amount of people that like they genuinely hate me in those comments. Like, I haven't even done anything. Like, they don't even know the kind of person I am or who I am. It's like kind of crazy. Obviously, I have a lot of support too, but no matter how much support you have, it's like it's some kind of like off-putting feeling when you know these many people hate you for like no reason. Sabino, thank you for the 2 months prime. I don't know how to like, obviously got to ignore the noise and stuff. It's fine. I think it's like just natural for content creators or competitors or something. It's just a weird thing to understand. It's like obviously you don't want people to hate you.
Getting 3 rounds onto the board right now, onto the second half. It looked like it was FaZe continuing.
Hinch, thank you for the prime. It's not that I'm not grateful of all the support that I do have, but it's like off-putting.
Moving now into the later half of this first half.
Automatic with a big 3K in that round too. Again,
Is everyone a hater doing better than the person that they hate? Oh.
This map, not exactly the most impressive performance from Automatic, but the series prior, Automatic did look pretty good. We're starting to see that again here. This time it looks like they're just going to fly into the A site. I kind of like this approach.
My bad. I shouldn't give it more focus or energy.
Try and stop this one.
Sorry.
Just wants to spam through and keep them from closing the door. They haven't gotten the spike down just yet, but they will in just a moment. As they actually go to close the door with the spike carrier, no less. FaZe gains site control, and it's a full 5-on-5 retake. Players are still moving into position for T1.
Yeah, I like it. This time they could actually afford to do this because Raucus could cancel out that ult right away.
Yep, this is huge. This is what you were talking about. There's the ult cancel coming out. Counter ults coming in from the other side to try and connect. They're looking for more information, more damage to be dealt. Zachary playing close. Didn't get pinged out by the flying in jet. And it reduces everything down to the 2 remaining players here, Automatic and Brax. They're trying to make their way onto the site. One's already down there. Automatic on just 45 HP, though, tries to escape through Tree Room, and he will not be granted access.
T1 play a lot of situations where they plan on retaking a site, but they don't seem to have a good plan to retake the site.
So they lose 1 more body. But Brax will survive and bring a rifle into the next round.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Brax actually used his Hunter's Fury to actually try to take down Raucus into Wine
Thoughts on anime?
instead of stopping
I've watched
Baby
a good amount of
J's
anime.
ultimate into A main, which made things a lot more difficult for T1 to swarm into the site to play the retake. They had to run aggressively because of that. Nice off angle by Zachary to get all these kills just by the left side of the doorway. And you didn't get much out of the Cosmic Divide. Unfortunately, that was thrown out of Curry for the attempt of the retake, all because of that lockdown that was not canceled out here by Brex. So unfortunate there, lots of ults being used. In fact, all of them being used on that previous round from both teams. So we're back into resetting the counter of the orbs. And T1
He was good on Ascent too. I'm surprised teams aren't using him.
On this catwalk side through the Nebula, but FaZe looking to claw it back, or should I say regain advantage by sending out this owl drone.
Silent voice, yeah, I've seen it. Booty, thanks for the 2 months.
Baby Bay has the op in hand. Automatic on the other side. Remember we talked about this.
Yeah, it's FMA Brotherhood. What up, cowgirl move?
Automatic have what it takes to best Baby Bay. Right now, Automatic's got line of sight.
Oh,
this is gonna be a freebie. Baby Bay got caught on the rotate.
I didn't watch the Demon Slayer movie still.
Towards B. That's a big early pickup. This might be another one.
God damn.
Who comes in swinging with the op yet again.
Oh.
And that's a misnade. Whoops. Would have been a space gainer. There is a smoke down, but instead, they're just going to have to...
No, I know. I want to watch it.
Really
dude, Tim is farming.
Sure, Automatic gets traded out, but that's 3 kills on the round with the op. There's still a player on site. That's going to be difficult for them to get past. One on stairs as well. That's very well held by T1. And a large part of the work was done by Automatic.
Yeah, super clean hold by Automatic.
Right now?
Off by catching Baby Bay off guard, but the second times where he's actually going into...
Or he has the most results out of any pro. More than Rez himself?
Zachary, the first pick was nice. The second one...
That's not DMCA free.
You actually had 2 players at least looking at it, and he still manages to get the 3rd kill.
And if you ask you or some members what your work is, all the time. In real life, all the time, it asks what my job is, or what I do for a living,
and this now puts FaZe into
and then it always becomes an interview.
Into now round number 10, sorry, of this first half.
Just when people ask about my car, that's the most common question is, what do you do for a living?
So that he could actually get the Cosmic Divide into the next round.
You get the iron share from my shop? Dude!
Boom bot going out. The gravity well on
what do you tell them?
Along with the Nebula.
I say I'm a pro gamer if I'm not like in a rush, like I know it's gonna become like an interview. But if I like am in a rush or something, then I'll be like, I work in the video game industry.
Round 1 for T1 to tie things up at 5 apiece. We were slightly concerned given that this was FaZe's map pick, especially with how things have gone across today for T1. But they've tied things up and they're starting to really hit their stride.
Now, as I mentioned before, the Cosmic Divide available for Zach.
I mean, more common nowadays though that people have heard of it, or their children like play games and like know about it, or someone they know knows something about it. But like obviously years ago when I was doing it, people were like, "What the fuck?"
But this time, Automatic's waiting around the corner here with this.
They assume Discord mod. What the hell?
Well played yet again from Automatic, early advantage.
Mind your damn business, auntie, huh?
Cosmic Divide coming out. And what are they trying to do with it?
Ambitious Curry.
To go on the other side and peek. It looks like they're just gonna fly through this into the site.
Best would say your meal entertainer. Huh?
But can't contest with the amount of firepower coming in his direction. So Skadoodle left alone. Already downstairs. Oh my gosh, had an opportunity, and the shock dart almost does damage to Corey as well, but Skadoodle couldn't quite keep up with Corey, who was just running left, or running right, excuse me, and just spraying away. It was to Skadoodle's left. Unlucky. They can still get 6. It's a good half. That's it. It happens. It happens to the best of us, guys.
Happens to the best of us. I've with worse.
Even though he wasn't really part of the action in person, in terms of the utility usage has been quite nice.
That's truly unfortunate.
Allowing the players to get towards sidewalk.
Look, the guy's run spraying. Look at Corey, dude. My guy's playing Overwatch right now. Rhetoric, thanks for the prime. How do you track that? You're in a duel. He's not supposed to be running that fast. So, thanks for 2 months. He's not supposed to be running fast. You can't even process that. Tyler, that's toxic.
with the amount of first blood.
Just so you know about your list. Yeah, there's a whole ass YouTube video on it. God damn it. No kidding. There's about to be like a second edition, a third edition. He probably has enough content for like 6 different videos, honestly.
Goes towards wine cellar, and again it produces success. Corey taken out of the equation.
Technically, you're a Discord mod on your server. True, I am a Discord mod.
As they make their way towards B site, somehow that spam just isn't where it needs to be. It was dangerously close. How Baby Bay is the first one to get in position is a little bit peculiar to me. Brax gets a dig shot from point blank range with the Odin. Baby J, excuse me, waiting around the corner.
Damn, dude. The Phantom is just always better.
Huge round win as FaZe takes the first half 7-5. And a big play from Baby J to help cement their position in that first half.
Very nicely done here for FaZe in the end to at least secure the lead into the first half. But T1 definitely put up a good fight.
Oh, this guy named the clip Major Winner. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Good, right? You have Zachary that can anchor up towards one side. You still have Baby J that's available to Killjoy too. It's not out of the woods yet for T1.
Especially with Baby Bay now switching over to the defense with the AWP. We saw how punishing automatic can be, and we'll see if that's going to be the case when we jump into the second half. But before we do that,
now we ready. Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father didn't. MSG sell out, jab out. Whips on whips, my ancestors got their backs out. 2, 4, 500 stacks for the hood. Call me lumberjack, cause I wish it would rain. She wouldn't like this the wish it could face. They ain't getting paper like they should wait. They ain't really on the type they on. I hit Drizzy and told him I had a milli for him.
Do you find yourself stuck in the same old place? Just staring at the screen? Click the blue button and you can sit back on your couch and mindlessly drift down the same path. Or you can choose the orange button and I can show you what's on the other side of the screen. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to start your new life as an IT and cybersecurity professional. You are the one who can free your mind. Just go to mycomputercareer.edu.
Right now, honestly. Well, a car is different having a dog. A dog is like having a child, dude. I even though I work from home, like we travel sometimes for tournaments and stuff, it's just not responsible. If I stepped away from competing and I was like a streamer full time, then you know the same day I retire is the same day I go adopt a dog. What kind of dog do I want? Honestly, like a Labrador, like a Retriever, you know, like your Golden Retriever or something. Thanks for this. A Corgi? They're cute. Oh, I've wanted a dog since I was really young, dude. My parents don't let me get one. Since I was matching supercars right now, huh? Yeah, he got a Corvette like me. Are people saying a haram or stuff, bro? Like, just because you listen to these rules doesn't mean I listen to these rules. Except new goal is to beat you guys consistently. Blue one with red interior? Nah, he got a black one. With red interior? No. Black seats. Mine's blue. No red interior though.
Now F the Chars, you need an American bully.
Huh?
Not a pit bull, an American bully, trust.
Huh? Oh no, Shaz, you just started? Started what?
fucked your bitch and her best friend in front of her. How the fuck you ain't never get your money up? How the fuck get your money up?
Bulldog. I'll just buy a Bulldog glitch pop.
$20. I'm a Leo, now watch out.
A nice trip in for Masters. T1 doing everything they can to hold on. They've kept it close in the first half, despite losing the first map and the previous best of 3.
I'm so done. Dylan Gallo, thanks for the front.
Similar chance.
Play next weekend? Is it next weekend that we play?
Silly.
The weekend after? Is it next weekend?
T1,
Wow, we already
come
played.
out swinging in this second half.
What up, Schmitty? My day's been good.
We've seen them do that in second halves. They seem to struggle in the first.
Oh yeah, I did say you remind me to do laundry. What the heck, Lukey35? Thank you, bro.
Yeah. At least T1's looking to move semi-quickly right now. The turret's going to go up on the
Yeah,
wall.
it's
They
2
wanna
weeks or
make sure they take
something.
mid-control
Okay.
and eventually creep up on the catwalk right after. But for FaZe, as we know them to be aggressive, Baby Bay doesn't mind pushing forward, but he actually gets punished for that. He's forced to fall back. Still a stalemate. Nothing really being used, but now this means T1 is going to put the gas and rush towards this A site, at least for automatic to start.
Baby Bay right around the corner. Oh, actually only able to get one, but that's the quick play, the heads-up reaction from Baby J. As the two babies combine, and Corey is already there.
No way T1 goes out like this, right? Oh, please. There's no ion shifters. That's all that matters, and it's not there.
There with you. The spike all the way back in mid. Braxis to dodge the pulses
Dodge.
coming out from the recon dart. There's one coming downstairs already. Position given away. Recon dart coming out.
Oh?
Trying to do
He
some
could win this.
here.
Oh my god, he's getting...
Sucked into the gravity well.
Flex, thanks for the run.
Actually still almost got a kill out of it. But FaZe grabs that
Baby
second
on baby.
pistol, and potentially this second half, as they are now at 8-5, looking to hit 9, potentially hit double digits if they can win that first buy round against T1.
Yeah, and I actually like it that Brax didn't care to get...
You'll have the time for your dog? Well, eventually I will make time for your dog.
So that he could actually just crouch.
All right now.
And it's so difficult to hit somebody that's getting sucked by a gravity well that sometimes it just plays against you as the one shooting the person getting sucked in. So Brax tried to use that to his advantage.
Listen to Bollywood music? No.
Could have made things a bit of expensive, but it was a nice 4v1 in the end.
Oh my god, Baby Bay's crazy, dude.
Do you think there will be a new map coming out anytime soon? If so, do you have any ideas on what it would be like?
Well, Breeze is pretty recent, right? So I don't think anytime soon. They have like a build schedule, like when they add new maps.
They did not really
I definitely want more before the end of the year, right?
Just a little bit
I have no idea what it'd be like.
It puts everything on Raucus here over on the A site. Shock dart might be right on the money. It was a little far.
30 leak the next one?
Plant yet.
Huh?
I'll have a recon dart in just a few
Other people are saying dust too.
Ooh.
Skadoodle goes for the top off with the HP. There's the recon dart. It gets taken down. They're going to be spotted out just towards hell. Baby J moving into
ASCENT is
well.
dust too.
Flies out. They know where he's coming from anyway.
ASCENT literally is dust too.
Raucus. And Raucus isn't sure. Looking for that other player. Now realizes they're both in hell. A missed dart is a missed opportunity here. That's going to send them flying out. But
That
it's
was a
Skadoodle to save the day.
classic.
A huge thrifty round. Can't put enough emphasis on
I think it
that.
was Mirage.
Yeah,
Nah.
and firing squad on that mid side to actually
Nah,
take
it's
down
dust too.
Baby Bay on mid, and it never stopped. You had Guided Lights that came in towards that catwalk side that actually blinded the defender in the corner. That was Corey. Look at the amount of trades that came in for the attacker side in the end. You used so many bullets just to try to hold down an initial Zerg rush. But it
Zerg
seems
rush.
it's going to be T1
Hi.
with, again,
This
very
guy's
little
Zerg rush.
execution.
Were you playing
This
Valorant or
thing has
StarCraft?
boosted up the economy for T1 moving into the half. It shatters the economy for FaZe, but it's still Baby Bay moving forward with the Sheriff. And they've done really good with the Sheriffs before.
Look at our Vertigo timeout.
Especially on split. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it again.
Vertigo, man.
Pushing forward.
I did not enjoy that
A
map.
couple of players trying to push forward as well to just at least take down Automatic.
Automatic gets the perfect timing and barely avoids that nano swarm as well that was towards catwalk to dodge some of that damage. Automatic just flew in and caught them at the perfect time.
Yeah.
And the sheriffs and pistols
God
worked
damn,
so
dude.
nicely for T1. That's not going to work out so well for FaZe. Really strong round from T1, getting us closer to a tie point here. So kind of reminiscent of map 1. FaZe at the score at half, and then T1 starts to come alive and keep it close. We'll see though if T1 can actually cap this one off.
Not too bad for the Nanoswarm though, because that was a
Monkey
team
Chaz
Nanoswarm
versus
coming
Chaz,
from,
huh?
Dawn, so it doesn't do as much damage.
Right.
So then now it's gonna put now T1 and
T1 bringing it back.
You have the Odin coming in out of Rocket, sorry, into this B side. Very standard stuff, but
I'm
also
just doing
even more
T1 next.
standard about
Huh?
FaZe is
What's
that
he up
FaZe
to
is
these
gonna
days?
push
He don't even play
with
games no
that
more.
To try to get early B side control. Actually, the whole pinch was really nice. We actually threw a paint shell and gravity well towards B link.
Just
So
looks
the
all
rest
day.
Push forward towards the B main with the Odin spray, but unfortunately didn't pay off. T1 realizes that, and they're just going to press back forward and aggressively towards B main site.
How Baby Bay is able to survive from that position is somewhat surprising. Really solid hold from both Zachary and Baby Bay. Sure, Baby Bay falls, but the way he moves around and kind of confuses the team as they're coming out. They're like, wait, he's to my right.
V6
he's
or
to my
V8
left.
better.
He's behind me.
V8,
There's also
duh.
this one in
What?
front of me. It was just a mass confusion on the exit out of B main, and it works out really nicely for FaZe.
Yeah, it almost looked like Baby Bay did a Shadow Clone Jutsu and confused the hell out of T1 trying to push into the B site. And yeah, it was a bonus round for T1. Didn't do that much econ damage. You still have the Odin in play into this B site. We might try to do the same thing again, actually. It literally... Oh, that's the second time Corey does that. It could have worked. It could have worked because we actually did get a couple of
What
pings
did he
out with
say?
the recon dart towards that B main at the same time too, and it slows things down a bit at least onto FaZe's aggression. And T1 could slowly press back forward. Oh, I thought the Eldron was gonna miss here. It
Live in
did,
Texas? Yeah, I'm in
but at least
Austin now.
Corey also came out to take down Corey.
FaZe, they lose a player early. How do they adapt? And what does T1 do with that player advantage?
Losing some ranked games. Saj. Okay, Kachito.
They start working their way back towards mid.
For esports channel made a video on you. It's really nice to describe the journey you've been here. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I do feel bad though that the original video that Riot made didn't get a whole lot of views, but then the Square Esports one that used it kind of got views. The Riot one was really good.
By the pings getting sucked into the gravity well as
Yeah.
well. Zachary is in a really difficult spot, needs some support, but Zachary is the only one in that entire fight for FaZe that
My
gets
girlfriend
a
now.
kill.
Oof.
Baby J now on the back end of it. Good dink shot coming out.
Private made me cry.
Able to
Yeah,
find the
I
finish
can't
there.
watch it.
One round separating FaZe and T1 still.
What video? It's called Waves of Emotion, I think. Something like that. Riot produced it. It didn't get a whole lot of views because this work got all the views.
Just that Baby Bay eventually, or sorry, Baby J eventually.
It's so well made, yeah.
Could actually get an ult out towards B.
Yo, I saw your tweets, dude. LE2 Cuddy. Do you work there? Eric GX, thank you for the prime. Because 100% I actually need to.
And as you mentioned here, Bob, we're one round away of getting it into a tie game, and Dawn is pulling out the Odin of his own onto the attack.
Watch on Garrus, he cried in 2 minutes in, yeah. Product designer for them?
Wants to go into the Odin. It's
that dude. I'm actually gonna take him. Make a chance.
And for the rest right now, it seems none of the abilities are working too well for FaZe today. We got owl drones bumping into the walls. We got paint shells just bouncing off the different walls as well. That doesn't really go where we want it to.
You missed your dad a lot.
A little bit of a waste in
Yeah.
terms of amount of information you gather there with Rockets' owl drone.
Can you east or west side?
Comparison to
Yeah,
previous
I'm in
rounds,
North Austin.
This one's a little bit quieter, at least in the early round.
I agree.
FaZe.
I agree.
What kind of question is that? Yeah, no.
Kills with the pistols, exactly.
Yeah, like they're playing a lot more passive, and so is T1. T1's playing a little bit scared. I mean, we're at the 40-minute mark, 40-second sub mark, excuse me, and
On
T1
deep
really
questions
hasn't
right now. Would you say you're happy right now?
Starting to gain control of Cat.
That's why they're
Baby
scared.
Bay could shut this down if he plays this right. Baby Bay right around the corner.
Oh.
1, 2. That's exactly what we were talking about. Another
did
one
he
for
right-click
Baby
that?
Bay. Now the spike is dropped. 23 seconds left. T1 potentially shooting.
Go for the clip, man. You deserve it. Yeah, he's thinking about it. He wants to
Baby Bay's
go.
picked up a gun as well. Tosses it over to his compadre. They need to get this kill on this last
God
player. That's gonna be
damn.
Baby Bay with the 4K.
answer?
A
I don't know.
huge
I don't know.
step from FaZe and a massive upgrade in weaponry.
That is definitely why T1 was scared. Just to try to figure out if one with the
I don't know if I'm happy right now.
is going to do his shenanigans. If it's not the case, then how do you get information right now to figure out where BBB is playing?
301 chest, 301.
The lineup right now that does have a Sky and has a Silva at the same time too, cannot be able
Even
to
astrology?
find out where
No.
he's playing. that played into FaZe's Clan's hands, and that was very well done into BB's off angle by the tree, because even at that corner, he gets right click, he can even dash away, and that's exactly
Blazer, these updates from you watching Hunter are hilarious.
They still have a bunch of ults though. They could definitely turn this around, and Automatic also has his own Blade Storm, so hopefully he could do the same highlight reel as BB just did.
This can someone check the clip? I don't want to
that's what T1 is
back out of
definitely
the
looking for, as they do not want to surrender that 11th round. I'm curious what the money will look like too for T1 if that were to happen. Not sure financially how equipped they'll be to weather that storm. You've got the Odin in play for Raucus.
PF on your vet. You want to shop?
The setup currently on B as well. This aggressive position from Baby Bay. You got the crossfire set up, relying on the util in mid by way of the alarm bot to kind of get that information gathering.
And Brax clearing out wine. They still look like they want to hit towards this B side potentially. So it's going to be an ult fake towards the A side, but this crossfire setup towards B is going to be very deadly. BBJ could even fall back. If BBJ dies, he could actually run the lockdown as retake too. So this is actually really good right now for FaZe.
This is big.
Oh my god.
Baby
Dude, Baby Bay coming up
they
huge.
So well.
He's not thanks for the crime.
BBJ and Baby Bay, the toddler duo. Down to Dawn. And it is not happening. They pulled everything out that they could. Dawn's going to do some damage here at the very least. Try to take a few players with them. But that
Questionable
was exactly what we thought we'd see. Now they go for that take on A, the fake. But the players on B did not move.
Yeah. And after that hold, that's like a sequel to like Boss Baby 3.
Fakes are extremely difficult in this game. It's almost not worth it. Like if it works, cool, but if it doesn't, you're like, damn, we just wasted all this utility that we could have just used to hit the site.
Just the fact that we didn't clear the right side angle because BBJ did so much noise.
Toddler duo, huh?
On clearing out the right side, it was just perfect for Baby Bay.
I'll play rank. I wonder what level he is.
This aggressive playstyle. So now 11-8. You were wondering the economy here, Bach. Still pretty decent.
Yeah, you have to be in a very good position of map control to be able to throw a fake like that.
And Automatic almost looking for that first blood onto Catwalk, but that Nebula came out just on time.
Yeah, I did a touch. I ended up in a ranking with them.
Has the op. We were talking about what the money might look like. The op is still an option. But T1 has to be getting close to exhausting what little they've got left. Big recon dart could give away the position, and it does. Raucus has to be careful. Now goes to the backside of sight. Look at the spam coming through. That's big. That's
300 CA body kit? I don't know.
Their flashes, but it's also the heal that they could potentially.
I don't know about that.
Come in big. Raucus still backside sight. They weren't able to fully clear him out. As the drone coming through, there's the Cosmic Divide coming out, and that's going to make things... Hello? He's trying. Not really tracing the way that Raucus would hope, so spam is just going to be coming through, just trying to buy time, can't buy enough. Zachary making their way through market.
Really, I think Cat?
He has been taken care of. The last shot from Automatic seals their fate. 9 rounds for T1. Again, keeping it close. But right now, FaZe might take an inch with every inch that T1 gets, so they're just slowly creeping towards that finish line.
Yeah, FaZe was a little bit too antsy.
Your opponent's yell when they yell after on ice on stage. You kind of hear it, but like not really. And you know they're yelling something, but not what they're yelling.
Raucus at that point in the back of the site, but the Owl drone did come out. The recon dart did come out. It did ping a couple of players, so understanding where the positioning was at here for T1. And also knowing that you have a lockdown for the retake, sometimes you might just have to let Raucus go. Oof. Beautiful by Corey. What did he just shoot? What did he just shoot?
That is a interesting exchange one-on-one. Skadoodle, though, we talked about this in their series against TSM. Skadoodle still has a little bit of that firepower left in the op. Even though that role has been passed over to Automatic, very obvious that he can be a solid secondary, as if anyone would ever doubt that.
Yeah, still have
4
good
on
control.
4. they do have that off advantage where you're not going to see that on the other side. Baby J does have lockdown for an attempted retake, and there is no cancel currently. They can't get that far.
Yeah.
So
that's why fighting Garden is going to be important.
Little shots is good to me. Yeah.
From Brax, he can throw it towards tree, and they fight up on tree side to make sure the lockdown doesn't come in after.
I think Zachary is going to be the key here. Has to bait them into Corey. That's exactly what happens, and they can't get the Nano Swarm out in time. And it's all down to the last remaining player. We talked about the power of the AWP, but the AWP is the last one in. And impact has already been felt. Skadoodle has to fall back as the nade even lands directly on top of his skull. With 13 seconds left, Skadoodle will huddle up and spawn, save the AWP for another round.
Thank you,
and
Valorant.
surrender number 12 over to FaZe. They're just one round away from closing
Not like
things
this
out.
D1,
And
not like
even
this
the
D1.
AWP does not get saved as Skadoodle is spotted in spawn. So that
Not
makes
like this,
last
not
round
like
even
this,
harder for
not
T1.
like this.
Definitely hard mode here for T1, who have fought really hard to make it to this point. It'll be a shame for them to not put this into an overtime matchup.
JD Papas, thanks for the 3 months. Not my T1, huh?
Decent. Couple of them with 4 of them with rifles. Only Frenzy for Brax. We're still looking very healthy for FaZe for at least this round and the next to have another gun.
Guys with the haze, thank you for the prime. Sorry, I got important messages.
FaZe are looking good at least for the next 2 rounds, and we weren't really forcing.
Oh shit, I missed a bunch of stuff.
From Baby J for the last few rounds. So there's just a lot going on here for FaZe at this point. So good luck here for T1.
You know, 3 games.
Mid control with this owl drone to potentially finish B. As we're also drawing out towards the A main.
Stop streams for looking at the stream site. There's a massive delay on these matches. The match could be over right now and they're chilling. One of the players could even be here watching.
Instead, it's returned in kind.
They want Raucus probably in here like, what's good?
Try to stop this push from happening. This is a
Raucus, you here?
really interesting round. Skadoodle takes a ton of damage trying to get past the Nano Swarm.
Spoil it. Raucus.
Defender Killjoy ult really only
Looks like they're still in game.
Getting on to B, but once they're on B, they were safe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty well thought out, I guess, but you kind of need to fight and find kills, and that's not how it panned out for FaZe. And this is pretty much their round. It's 5-on-3. And you can see the way they're posturing. This is not an attempted retake. This is
Yeah, y'all gotta stop shipping streamers, bro. That shit is just weird.
Do much of anything right now.
Thank you, SB Bean.
Yeah, aggressive angle because he has the dash and not able to get any kills. Coming out, oh, with the updraft Curry puts him down. That was a crossfire setup and clay shooting there for T1 on exiting the site.
Now, Raucus has potential to stop them from scooping up the AWP if they were to try, but rather he just hangs up in heaven and surrenders that amount of control over. Again, T1 keeping it close. They're not just giving up. That round looked like it may have been the end, at least based on the way the previous round went, but
That was Shaggy. Happy birthday.
away a couple of early opportunities and give T1 a solid advantage to take B.
Yeah,
But they
it's
aren't
still
checking
being-
corners? I don't know. What?
Actually,
Awesome!
surprising enough that we're giving the AWP to Baby Bay. Like I said, the situation before where Baby Bay actually had Blade Storm and gave Corey the AWP was actually quite nice, but
Flicks
Corey
out,
decided
thanks
to
for
go
the
for
fine.
rifle instead.
I think that's the worst thing about internet personality. I hate that. Yes.
Towards the A main
Weird.
At that point, here's the owl drone. The AWP try to peek forward with Baby J. Big flash, forcing them back. But they still have good angle positioning here for FaZe.
I like what they've done too. They force out some of that early utility. They force out a flash and the dog from Sky.
You know what you think for the prime.
Imagine if they hadn't, they would have had such good positioning. That aggressive peak. Still, it does feel like a lot of this will land on Baby J. Over in the B site. Here's the play. The turret
Please
will
see
start
one.
first. There's the swing. Has to be careful. Spots out the players. Has an idea of how many are coming. I
Oh.
like this maneuver from Baby
Wow,
J.
what a
Baby
dash.
Bay.
Straight to the
Lock
stairs.
down this B site. There's the dash.
No
out.
way,
Baby
they're
Bay
just
and
getting
Baby J
melted.
again combining on the B site. It's now down to one remaining player. It's automatic. The classic has to come out. With 40 HP and 30 seconds left, it's almost impossible, and it is. 13-10. FaZe will take
Fuck,
the series
dude.
2-0, and they will punch their ticket to
Oh,
Challengers
man.
playoffs as T1